Good evening. Thursday night, Alchemy Yoga, 26 and 2 practice, 26 asanas, 2 breathing exercises. I'm going to give you a minute as usual to get your mat set up, close your door, make sure it's quiet, or put on the music if you want, whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable here. I'm Keith. I'm your instructor on this Thursday. All right, let's get rocking. Come up to the middle of your mat. Hopefully you've got your door, everything closed. You've got your sacred space all ready to go. All right, come to the middle of your mat. Bring your feet together, heels and toes touching. We start with pranayama breathing. Good for the lungs and respiratory system. We interlock our fingers, place them underneath the chin, engage the legs, nice straight spine. We'll give ourselves an exhale and begin. Elbows up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. Head back. Bring your elbows together. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale. Head down. Elbows up. Straight spine. Stomach in. Full lungs. Hold it. Exhale, head back, still the straight spine. Only thing moving is the neck and the elbows. Bring the elbows together, hold it, inhale, head down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold it, exhale, head back, bring the elbows together as far away from you as possible. Straight legs, straight spine, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hold it. Exhale. Nice HA sound. Inhale. Nice snoring sound. Inhale. Inhale. Full lungs. Stomach in. Hold it. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Head back. Straight spine. Legs tight. Elbows together. Inhale. Elbows all the way up towards the ceiling. Knuckles underneath the chin tight. Hold it. Exhale. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale, full lungs. Full lungs. Try and get the most air in as possible, as much as possible. Full lungs, hold it. Exhale. Head back. Elbows together. Exhale all the air out of the lungs. Empty the lungs. Empty, empty, empty. Good. Once you're empty, arms down by your side. We'll move on to half moon. Arms up over your head. Interlace the fingers, release the index finger, thumbs crossed. Now glue those arms with the ears. Keep the elbows locked throughout the entire posture. Traction up, tight legs, stretch up and move yourself, bend yourself right and left, right and left. Every time you come through center, try and touch the ceiling. Come through, touch the ceiling. Right and left. You can go fast or slow. Up to you. Letting our body know what we're preparing ourselves for getting used to. All right. Let's meet in the middle. Tighten the legs. Tighten the core. Glutes engaged. Hands are glued super tight. Arms with the ears. Stretch up out of the waist and slowly bend yourself to the right. Push the hips out beyond their flexibility towards the left. Bring the body weight in the heels. Maybe push that hips forward, brings your upper body back. If you've got a mirror in front of you, you're lucky enough to see your hips. Try and square your hips. Maybe your left hip forward. Might bring your right shoulder back, so try and bring your right shoulder forward. 2 shoulders in one line. Feet distribute the weight evenly on your feet, not off to one side or the other. And come down and push, push, push. Inhale, breathing to come up. Stop in the middle. Head up, chin up. Stretch up out of the waist, try and touch the ceiling, and slowly bend yourself to the left. Push your hips out to the right beyond their flexibility. Body weight distribute evenly in the feet. You're not on one foot more than the other. Push the pelvic, hips forward, brings the upper body back. Right hip forward to keep 2 hips in one line. Drops that left shoulder back, so bring your left shoulder forward to keep your 2 shoulders in one line. Traction the legs, squeeze the hands, come down and push, push, push. Inhale, breathing, come up, stop in the middle. I'm going to turn sideways here for the first back bend. Relax that head back, drop it. Let it feel like it's in the basket. You can feel your neck, your shoulders holding it. Now squeeze your hands, reach up towards the ceiling, and bring your arms back and try and touch them with your ears. Moves your upper spine first. Squeeze, reach, arms back, relax the head. Squeeze, reach, arms back, relax the head. Now from here, push the stomach, hips, legs, everything forward like you're trying to fall down backwards. Squeeze, reach, come back, and change. Come up. Head comes up last. Traction up. Put a slight bend in the knees, forward fold. Hands come to the ground. Body weight into the hands. Relax that head down. Let it hang. It's the one time of the day you don't have to hold up your head. Move the hips left and right, left and right. You turn from back bending to forward bending. Body's not quite warmed up yet without the 2 sets. Take your time. Nod your head, yes. Shake your head, no. You want to dip down, get low into those hips. I suggest keeping the heels on the ground, though. All right, let's move into this. Bend the knees a lot. Try and get the stomach right on the thighs. Once the stomach's on the thighs, reach around. Place all 10 fingers underneath the heels, just the tips of the fingers. Baby fingers side by side, and pull. Now the stomach's on the thighs, the chest is on the knees. Relax the head down so they're below the knees on the shins. Pull on the heels and lift the hips up. Pulling is the object of stretching. Pull. Relax the head down. Push the hips up. Body weight into the toes. Try and relax those elbows and get them closer to each other. Keep pulling. Get them closer towards each other. Stretch that upper spine down towards your toes. Try and get your head between your toes. And change. Bend the knees, hands back out in front of you. Bring the hands together. Come up with a nice straight spine. Traction up. And arms down by your side. Beautiful warm up there. All right, let's move on to awkward. Right foot out. Heels behind the toes. Distribute the weight evenly in your feet. Feet look like a perfect letter H or the number 11. Arms up. Tighten the arms. Make them nice and tight. Pecs, lats, and the whole arms. Nice and tight. Nice and solid. If you have a mirror in front of you, they should be just below the tops of your shoulders here. You should be able to see the tops of your shoulders in the mirrors. Traction the spine. Push that bum back nice and far and sit down. 6 inches between the feet, the knees, the hands. Relax the shoulders down, bring them back. Suck the stomach in. Sit down lower. Now for at the end, try and bend your upper spine backwards like in back bending. Sit down a little bit lower and change. Come up, keep your arms there. Stand up maximum on your toes like you're a ballerina. Imagine I'm pulling your head, your chest, everything up towards the ceiling. Contract the arms again. Stand up on those toes and sit down into the chair. You're sitting on the chair, not below the chair. Arms are tight. Knees up, heels up, stomach in, spine straight. Sit down a little bit lower. Shaking legs is good. And change. Come up. Heels back down. Re-engage those arms nice and tight. Bring your knees together. Glue your knees together. This is your brakes coming up and down. This is our control. Traction the spine and come down nice and slow. Nice and slow. Imagine the hips and heels sliding against the imaginary wall behind you. Arms are tight. If you've come all the way down and the hips are on the heels, traction the spine and create a half-inch gap between the hips and heels. Knees down and forward. From the side, we look like we're holding a perfect box. And change. Squish those knees together to come up just as slow as you went down. Nice and slow. Nice and slow. Awesome. Once you're up, right foot back to left. Arms down side. And we move on to eagle. Arms up overhead. Right arm underneath the left. Swing them around, cross them like ropes, twist them. So your thumbs are in front of your face, pinkies away from you. If the hands are in prayer position, that's great. If you're unable to do that, interlace your fingers. If you're unable to do that, try and squish the back of your palms together. Hands are interlaced. Sit down nice and low. And bring that right leg up and over that left. Cross it around, twist it like ropes. Try and get all 5 toes visible in the front. Body weight in the heel. Suck the stomach in, traction the spine. And as you sit down, that foot will slide down the back of the calf. No gap between the top of the foot and the calf. Sit down a little bit lower. Traction the spine, squeeze the hands, squeeze the legs, and change. Right leg back down. Arms up overhead. Swing your left arm underneath the right. Hands in prayer position. If you're unable to do that, hands interlaced. If you're unable to do that, hands in pushing towards the backs of the palms. Sit down nice and low. Body weight into the right heel. Lift up that left leg nice and high. Cross it around that right leg. Twist it around to get the 5 toes visible in the front. Nice straight spine. Squeeze the hands. Sit down nice and low. When you sit down low, the top of the foot will slide down the back of the calf, no gap. Traction the spine, squeeze the hands, squeeze the legs, sit a little bit lower, stomach in, change. Left leg down, arms up overhead, traction the spine, arms back down. Party time. If you need a drink, grab one. I'm just going to grab one here, wet the whistle. Try not to glug in your ear. Perfect. Move along. We'll do standing head to knee drill tonight. Get that standing leg engaged. Mary and I say if you could stand on a locked leg for 1 minute, you can do anything in this life. To consciously send that pathway to your brain, from your brain to your leg. Fire, contract for a minute. It's really hard, so let's do it. Body weight into your left leg. Hands on your hips. Right leg comes up. Flex that foot. Thighs parallel to the floor. Foot's flexed. Traction the spine. Hands are on the hips. If you can feel your right hips a little bit higher, try and correct that. 2 shoulders in one line. 2 hips in one line. Your right foot's flexed. Thighs parallel to the floor. Standing leg is still engaged. Try and get the inside of that leg. That's one of the hardest muscles to contract. This is what holds us there to get your knee to your forehead. All right, let's move on. Arms down to the side. Make them nice and heavy. Tuck your chin to your chest. Now we're looking at the big toe of our standing leg. Arms are heavy. So since the chin's tucked, suck in the stomach, round down, and try and place your forehead on your knee. Your forehead goes to your knee, not your knee to your forehead. Contract that standing leg. And change. I wobble out. If you guys did it, amazing. It's a super hard drill to engage the inner side of the leg to stand. That's what we're looking for that head to knee. Traction that up in there. Bring it up. Right leg's nice and solid. Hands on your hips. Bring up your left leg. Foot's flexed. Thighs parallel to the floor. Hands are on the hips. Drop that left hip. 2 hips in one line. 2 shoulders in one line. Standing leg is re-engaged. Left foot is flexed. I kind of flex that top muscle on our left leg. We can feel that. That's flexed. Re-engage that standing leg. Glutes engaged. Thighs engaged. Keep flexing that standing foot, the left foot. Let's move forward. Drop the arms. They go nice and heavy. Tuck your chin to your chest. We're looking at the right foot, big toe. Now suck in your stomach and round down and place your forehead on your knee. Don't bring your knee up. Bring your forehead to your knee. If you fall out, next time. It's a hard drill. I fall out, you fall out, round down, get your forehead to your knee. You're doing amazing. And change, come up. Left leg down. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. It's a super difficult pose. It's a great drill to work on that knee. We can feel the flex on the top of the thigh. Standing leg is fully engaged. That's exactly what we're going for. Let's move forward. Standing bow. Right hand comes out. Feet are together, heels and toes touching. Drop your arm down, elbow still facing out to the wall. Right foot comes up, pick up that right foot, all 5 fingers together, right at the ankle crease. 2 knees side by side. Standing leg is engaged. Right shoulder relaxes behind you. Left arm up in front. Now really stretch up. Now from here, engage that standing leg. And kick and stretch at the same time. Kick and stretch. Kick and stretch. Kick and stretch. And you kick and stretch equally, 50-50. That'll eventually tip your body down. So your arm, chest, stomach, as everything is parallel to the floor. Kick up towards the ceiling. Stretch towards the wall. 2 shoulders stretching in equal opposite directions. Come down and stretch. 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 Kick into the hand to come up. Left arm down. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. We'll move it on to the other side. Left arm up. Bring it out. Drop your hand down. Pick up the inside of your left foot. Elbow still facing out. 5 fingers together reaching for the ankle joint. 2 knees together side by side. Relax that left shoulder back. Let it open. Right arm up in front of you. Contract that standing leg, nice and solid, nice and tight. Stretch up towards the ceiling. Now kick and stretch. Kick and stretch. Kick and stretch. Equally 50-50. Kicking and stretching is equal. As you come down, over time, you kick more, it'll tip your body forward. 2 shoulders in one line, stretching in opposite directions. Stretch that hand forward. Kick, stretch, breathe, come down. Kick, stretch forward, and breathe and lower that body. One more time. Kick, stretch, and breathe. Change, kick into that hand to come up. Left hand down, right arm down. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. It's a pressure change from the right side of the heart to the left side of the heart. It's an amazing job for you. All right. Let's move on. Come to the back of your mat, standing balancing stick. Heels and toes together, feet touching side by side, arms up over the head. Interlace the fingers. Release the index finger. Step forward on that. Take a big step with that right leg. Contract that standing leg. Stretch up towards that ceiling. Engage those arms with the ears. Bring that left foot up off that floor 1 inch and make it solid and come down. Arms, legs, everything parallel towards the floor. Stretch that foot towards the back wall. Stretch those fingers towards that front of your mat and come down with the body and stretch, stretch, stretch. Come up. Right foot back to left. Traction the arms up towards the ceiling. Left foot takes a big step. Engage that right leg. Bring it up off the floor 1 inch. Contract that leg again. Stretch up. Now come down 4. Leg comes up. Body comes down. Arms come down. Chest comes down. You look like a capital T from the side, not a broken umbrella. Stretch the fingers towards the fingers towards the front. Fingers towards, or toes towards the back. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come up. Traction up. Arms down side. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Try and keep some resemblance of normalcy for our breathing. Come to the top of your mat. We'll slow down our heart rate. Heels and toes touching. Arms up over the head. Right leg comes out, big step, 3 feet. Arms down parallel. A good gauge is your wrists should be right underneath your ankles. That's a wide enough stance right there. Engage everything from the waist down. Traction the spine. And forward fold. Keep those legs nice and solid. Body weight in the toes, chin forward. Come down. If you want to place the hands in front of you, do so. But I suggest you try and grab the outsides of your feet. Once you grab the outside of your feet, pull. Pull on your feet. That'll bend the elbows towards the shins. Roll a little bit of body weight into the toes. Legs are still contracted. Pull. Relax the head down. Try and get the top of the head between the big toes, the 2 big toes. And pull. Pull. Stretch. Engage the core. Arms come out to the sides. Come up. Right leg back to left. Arms drop down by side. All right. Mountaintop of the series. Triangle up next. Arms up overhead. Right leg steps out. Big step. Again. Arms down parallel. Wrists over top of the ankles. We know we're wide enough. Right foot pivots out. Now we've got 2 heels in 1 line. Sit down, bounce down, nice and low, till the right thigh bicep is parallel to the floor. Knees over the ankle. Traction the spine in the center. Open those arms wide and windmill those arms. And bring that right elbow down towards that right knee. Turn your chin towards your shoulder. Look up towards your left hand, big thumb. Left glute engaged. Makes that left leg straight. Brings that left hip forward and pushes that right knee back. Help with your right elbow. Now at the end here, turn or twist. Try and stretch up and twist and change. Come up. Right foot in. Left foot out. 2 heels in 1 line. Sit down nice and low till that thigh's parallel to the floor. Spine straight in the middle. Open the arms. Now windmill those arms. Left elbow down in front of the left knee. Right arm stretches up. Left hand down between your big and second toe. No pressure on the floor. Engage that right glute. Pushes that right hip forward. And brings that left knee open with the help of the left elbow. Look up towards that left or right thumb. Shoulders connected to the chin if possible. And twist here at the end. Change. Come up. Left foot in. Right foot back to left. Arms up over the head. Traction the spine. Arms down side. All right, not much left here in the standing series. Let's move along. Feet together, heels and toes touching. Arms up over the head. Hands in prayer position. Right leg steps out, a big step, 3 feet minimum. Pick up the heels and pivot towards the back of your mat. Now bring that left hip forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times and engage those inner legs. So it's going to hold our 2 hips here. 2 hips in one line, 2 shoulders in one line. Arms are over our head in prayer position. Tuck your chin towards your chest. And with the help of the arms, round down 1 vertebrae at a time until the forehead touches the knee. If you need to bend the knee to get the forehead to touch, do so. That's all right. As long as the forehead's got to touch the knee. If the hands come apart, push them into the floor. Try and get extra rounding of that spine. A little bit more body weight in the forward foot and the right foot. Left leg's locked. And eyes are open, throat's choked. Bring your hands back out in front of you. Hands in prayer position. Unround that spine. 1 vertebrae at a time. Traction up. And pivot. And pivot again. If you've lost some distance within your step, 3 feet, walk that front foot out. Right foot's facing the top right corner of your mat. 2 hips are one line. Engage those inner legs. That's what holds these 2 hips in one line. 2 shoulders in one line. Tuck your chin to your chest, and with the help of your arms, round down 1 vertebrae at a time till the forehead touches the knee. If you need to bend the knee to get the forehead to touch, do so. Hands are in prayer position. Push into the floor. Extra rounding in the spine. If they've come apart, same thing. Push those hands in. Try and get an extra rounding. Eyes are open. Throat's choked. Little sips of air is probably all you can breathe now. And bring your arms back out in front of you. Hands in prayer position. And come up, change. Unround the spine. 1 vertebrae at a time. Head up comes up last. Traction up. Pivot. Right foot back to left. Arms downside. All right. Next is tree, and we'll move toe right into it. Left side, right side, and then we'll hit our savasana. So tree, body weight into the left leg, engage that left leg. Nice and solid, nice and tight. Interlace those fingers. Pick up that right knee, couple inches below the knee. Pull it in nice and tight. Standing wind removing. Now the left hand grabs the top of the right foot and brings it up nice and high into the center of the costume. And gently, we let the right knee lower down. 2 knees in one line from one side. From the front, we're trying to get 2 knees side by side. Standing legs locked. If you can engage your glute, that'll open the front side hips. If you can get your 2 hips in one line, 2 shoulders in one line, the right hand comes up to the center of your chest. If you want to bring the left hand up, do so, but don't let that foot slip. If it slips at all, continue holding. It doesn't benefit you to bring your hands up. It's the traction in the spine we're looking for. All right, we're going to move on to toe stand. Head drops. We look 4 feet in front of you. If this is where you want to hang out for toe stand, it's perfectly acceptable. When I move forward, we move forward together. Bend at the hips. Come down, body weight into the hands. We bend that knee, bring the hip down to the heel. Walk our hands side by side. Traction the spine. We're still staring at our stair spot. If you want to bring your left hand up, right hand up, even give me a clap. Yeah, good job, guys. All right, change. Walk your hands back out in front of you. Body weight into the hands. Push yourself to come up. We all meet back in tree as I fall out. Friggin' microphone in my pocket. That's what I'll blame it on. Right leg down. All right. Body weight into the right leg. Interlace the fingers. Pick up that left leg. Right leg's nice and contracted. Pull that left knee in nice and tight. Standing wind removing. We're closing off the knee joint here. Keeps this pose into the hip and not into the knees. We only have 1 set of knees. Right hand comes down, picks up the top of the foot, brings the foot up into the center of the costume. And slowly left knee lowers down. Again, over time, 2 knees in one line from the side. From the front, they're trying to be 2 knees side by side. Traction that, or contract that standing leg. Tighten the 2 glutes, opening the 2 hips. 2 hips in one line, 2 shoulders in one line. Left hand up. Again, right hand up if you want. If the foot slips, continue holding. Drop that head down. Look 4.5 feet in front of you. Toe stand. From here, bend at the hips. Nice and controlled. Body weight into the hands. And bend that knee. Bring hips down on heel. Walk your hands either side. We're still staring at our stair spot, 4.5 feet in front of us. Traction the spine. If you want to bring the left hand up, right hand up, or even just give me a clap. There's my clap. Perfect. Traction the spine. And change. Walk your hands back out in front of you. Come up with control just as we went down. We all meet back in tree. Tree sway, don't giggle at me. And left leg down. I honor your work. Thank you for doing the standing series with me. Onto our backs for Savasana. Heels touch, toes fall open. Arms close to the body. If you can roll the shoulders underneath, shoulder blades underneath the body, it'll keep that. Hands close to the body, palms facing up. Chin's tucked a little bit. Pick your stair spot in the ceiling. Help the mind come back to some normality. I push us through that pretty fast. 1 minute Savasana. In through the nose, out through the nose. Twenty more seconds. All right, give your fingers and toes a shake, a wiggle, let you know that you're here. Let's take a deep breath in, belly rise. Exhale, belly falls. As always, we start this floor series with wind removing. Right leg comes up. Interlace your fingers to the webbing. Nice tight grip. Grab that shin 2 inches below the knee and pull it in nice and tight. Try and avoid that right side rib cage. Chin's tucked. Both shoulders on the floor equally. Elbows are close to the body. Left calf is touching the floor. Right foot's relaxed. Pull it in nice and tight. Freeze, hold it there. And change. Right leg down. Left leg comes up. Interlace the fingers to the webbing, nice and tight. 2 inches below the knee on the shin. Pull it in nice and tight. We've got that white knuckle grip. Trying to flush out the knuckles. Avoid arthritis. Chin's tucked. Both shoulders equally on the floor. We're pulling that knee in nice and tight, avoiding the rib cage. Right calf is touching the floor. Left foot's relaxed. Pull it in nice and tight. Hold it there, freeze. Change. Left leg down. Immediately, both legs come up. Try and grab your elbows each other over top your knees. We're trying to get the pointy parts of the elbows into the palms of the hands. Tuck the chin. Feet are relaxed, side by side. Pull in those knees nice and tight, creating compression in the transverse colon. Chin's tucked. Now imagine trying to relax your lower spine, 1 vertebrae at a time, onto the floor. And change. Both feet come down together, nice and controlled. 20 seconds Savasana. Heels touch, toes fall open. Arms close to the body. All right, we move forward with a straight leg sit-up. Flex your feet to your toes to your nose. Engage the abs, engage the glutes. Arms up over the head, thumbs crossed. Hands in butterfly position. Inhale, breathing, come up. Exhale, breathing, grab your toes, double jerk. Forehead to knees. Turn around. Lay on your stomach for the spine strengthening series. Chins out. Hands just the tops of the fingers just underneath the shoulder tops. Thumbs touching the body. In close. Distribute the weight evenly over the hands. Now, everything from the waist down, solid concrete lamppost. One leg, you've got one cobra tail, nice and tight. So tight the knees come up off the floor. Now exhale all your breath. On your inhale, come up, look up. Come up using 100% of your back strength until just your belly button is touching the floor. Legs are tight, glutes are tight, hands are pushing into the floor to help you come up to make a 90-degree elbow or bend in the elbows. Look up, come up, change. Come down, right ear to the floor. 2 seconds of asana. All right. We'll move on. Chin out. Flip your hands down. Put your hands underneath the body so you're on top of the elbows. Elbows are invisible. Hands are side by side. Palms are touching the floor. Thighs are on the backs of the backs of the hands. Pinky side by side. Spread those fingers nice and wide. Get a grip of the floor. Legs are nice and tight. Chin's out. Left leg relaxed. Right leg comes up 1 inch. Now imagine you got a penny on that back wall and slide that penny up that wall. Bring it up as high as possible. Even a little bit higher. Nice. Toes are pointed. Knees locked. Come up and change. Right leg down. Right leg goes limp. Left leg comes up 1 inch off the floor. It's got that penny on that back wall and slide it up that wall. Nice and high, 45 degrees. Try and bring it up to that crease in the ceiling. Bring it up. Change. Left leg down. Third part of this. Mouth to the floor. Distribute or bring your elbows closer, side by side. Hands, pinkies, side by side. Distribute or open your hands as much as possible. Grab the floor. Mouth on the foot. Kiss the mat. Engage the legs. And bring up both legs. Nice and tight. Bring them up. Nice and high. Bring them up. Struggle a little bit more. Bring them up. And change. Both legs down. Arms out. This time right ear on the floor. 2 seconds of asana. All right. Let's move along. Third part. Airplane. Arms out to the sides. Look like a big capital T. Arms are tight. Again, legs are tight. In this pose, the tighter is lighter. Now exhale, breath. And everything comes up on the inhale. And hold it. Breathe. Legs come up. Arms come up. Legs come up. Arms come up. Legs come up. Arms and chest come up. Look up. And change. Come back down. Arms by the side. Left ear on the floor. 2 seconds of asana. All right. Let's move along. Last part of spine strengthening series. Floor bowl. Bend the knees. Right hand to the right foot. Left to left. Grab on top of the foot where your shoelaces are. Knees 6 inches apart, feet 6 inches apart, arms and wrists nice and straight from the side. We look like 2 wheels in one base. Chins out. Exhale all your breath. And on your inhale, kick up and kick up. That'll lift up your chest and the head. Where the eyes go, the body follows. Keep kicking into the hands. Kick, kick, kick. 6 inches between the knees and feet. Look up and change. Come down. Arms and legs down. Right here on the floor. 2 seconds of asana. Big poses. All right. Arms underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Do a nice push up. Come up to the top of your mat. Fix firm position. We're in firm. Body weight into the hands. Spread the feet. Sit down the hips between the heels. Heels always touching with the body. Knees can splice open, but they don't come off the ground. Traction the spine. If you're moving forward tonight, right hand to the right foot, left hand to the left. Relax that head back and walk yourself down, elbow, elbow. If you're moving forward, top of the head, then the back of the head, then the shoulders relax. If you're this far and the shoulders are relaxed, grab the elbows and overtop each other and pull them into the floor and try and lift your stomach and chest up to the ceiling like a natural human bridge. All right. All right. Hands back to the feet, back of the head, top of the head. We walk ourselves up, elbow, elbow. We come up. I'm going to turn us around. Sit onto your bum. Let the flush of the legs come. And we're going to scoot ourselves to the back of the mat. We've got our flush. Legs are released. We'll come back onto our knees. Sit hips on heels. Knees together, heels together. Traction the spine. Arms up overhead. Hands in prayer position. Chins up. Traction up. And forward fold. Come down nice and slow, nice and control. Hands touch, forehead touch. Hips release back down onto the heels. Squeeze those hands together, lock the elbows. Now try and lift those wrists so just the edges of the pinkies are touching. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale it and try and release those hips down onto the heels. Stretch those fingers forward. Hips back to heels. Now bring some concentration into the core. Engage that core and come up nice and controlled. Traction the spine. Arms down side. Come up onto the knees for camel. 6 inches between the knees. 6 inches between the toes. If you want to go 8 or 10, that's fine. 6 inches is usually normal here. Traction the spine. Hands to the back. They could be either on the glutes or high up on the back, whatever feels comfortable. And relax that head back. Inhale and exhale. When you exhale, push those hips forward. And come back to whatever feels comfortable for you. If you want to grab the heels, right hand grabs the heel, left hand grabs the heel. Lift the chest up towards that ceiling. Drive those hips forward towards the front of your mat. Eyes are open, mouth's closed, breathing normal. Pull on those heels. And change. Right hand, left hand to the back. I sounded funny there, didn't I? Hips back down on heels. You know, lots of funky things come up in that. It's designed that way. We learn it here. We take it here. We can move out to everyday world with that. If it doesn't bug us in here, what can bug us out there, right? It's exactly what it's for. We've got a 2-second breather. Let's move on to rabbit. Hips on heels, knees together, heels together. If you want to grab your towel and put them over top of your mat, that's fine. Or over your top of your heels, that's fine. Hands to the back, and thumbs facing out like a hitchhiker, and slide them down to the heels. Fingers inside, thumbs outside. Traction the spine. Tuck your chin to your chest, and round down. Put your forehead on the knees. Pull on those heels as much as possible.
and lift those hips up. Drive those hips forward. Top of the head barely touching the ground. If the forehead and the knees aren't touching, walk your knees to touch the forehead. Arms are straight. Drive those hips forward. And eyes are open. Change. Sit back, hips on heels. Unround the spine, one vertebrae at a time.
Head comes up last.
Unfix your towel if you used it. Come to the center of your mat.
For separate leg stretching, right leg out, left leg comes in, sole of the foot creates pressure. Interlace the fingers, traction up, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest, and grab the ball of your foot. Arms and wrists are straight. Round down and place your forehead on your knee. If you need to bend the knee to get your forehead, do so. That's what the pose is about, the forehead touching knee. You'll hear it repeatedly over and over in this series. Left shoulder rolls in, two shoulders in one line. Try and squish those elbows towards the calf, just like in standing head to knee. And change. Come up. Left leg out, right leg in. Sole of the foot creates pressure. Traction the spine. Turn to your left. Tuck your chin to your chest. Come down and grab the ball of your foot. Arms are straight. Wrists are straight. Forehead to knee. If you need to bend the knee, do so. Like I said, you'll hear it repeatedly over and over. Pull on that ball of the foot. Try and lock that leg. Right shoulder rolls in, rolls in, rolls in. Change. Come up. Look behind you. Make sure you're not going to hit anything. Quick sit up. Soon as the shoulders touch the ground, inhale, breathing, sit up. Exhale, breathing, double jerk. All right. Peace fingers. Grab the big toes. Walk your bum back 10, 15 times. Nice and straight. Feet look like you're walking on the wall. Toes in line with the big toes. If the knees are bent, that's fine. Doesn't matter. But we want to traction the spine and pull ourselves forward. Traction the spine and pull ourselves forward. Traction the spine and pull ourselves forward. From here to your own personal forward fold, whatever feels good to you. And change. Come up. Last but not least, spine twist. Left leg straight out in front of you. And if you want to bend that knee, if you bend that knee, just make sure both sit bones are touching evenly on the floor. Right leg up and over. Heels close to your left knee. Right hand close to the back behind you. Use it as a kickstand. Prop that spine straight. Left hand up, stretch up, and bring it over at the top of the knee. And with the help of that left elbow, push that right knee back and grab that left knee. Traction the spine and start from the lower to the middle to the upper. Then the head turns, twists. Traction the spine, twist, twist, twist. Head turns back first. Untwist yourself. Give yourself a counter twist. Right leg out in front. Or if, like I said before, if you bend that right knee, just make sure both hip bones or sit bones are on the floor. I'll keep my right leg out. Left leg up and over. Foot's close to the right knee. Your left foot's close to the right knee. Left hand, prop it up behind you. Nice kickstand. Nice straight spine. Right hand up. Traction up. And bring it across. And with that right elbow, push that left knee back. And grab that right knee. Stomach in. Twist from lower, upper, middle. Then the head twists. Stomach in. Traction the spine. And twist. Twist, twist. Head comes back first. Untwist yourself. Counter twist. Last but not least, we've made it to final breathing. Sit down cross-legged or in firm position as I'm sitting, hips on heels. If you're sitting in cross-legged lotus position, prop your arms behind you, keeps the diaphragm straight. We do the same thing, push our hands onto the knees, keeps the diaphragm straight. This is an exhale breath, that's all we're concerned about. Inhale takes care of itself, kind of looks like this. All right, let's give an inhale. Exhale. Half inhale. Begin. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Namaste. Thank you for honoring yourself, honoring your work with me. I honor your work. It's not the easiest practice, especially when we hit it 45, 50-ish minutes like this. I don't give much for Savasanas. I just kind of hit it and go hard. That's what it's about, hey? Lay down, take your Savasana. You can open your legs wide, arms wide. I just suggest keeping the arms and legs straight so you don't gotta bring blood through a bent joint. I'm so thankful for you showing up every Thursday. I know the studio is working out all the details for us to open up back. I think they're just working on the projector and all the little details are coming in, but it shouldn't be too long. I think this Saturday is the 108 sun cells, as long as the weather's good. I believe it's going to be on. I do believe it's on though. And I know Sunday is Mary. I'm definitely back with her here Sunday demoing. I just want to say thanks, guys. You guys are phenomenal. Thank you so much for showing up. I love all of you. Thank you for coming, and I will see you soon. Take care. Enjoy your rest of your week.